Hi, hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Monet and I am homeschooling both my girls, a toddler, so I guess you could say preschool, and a third grader, and second to third grade. So it's always that funky. When you're a homeschool, you're still like in the middle. In any case, today I'm going to talk about our update, our homeschool update, what we have been doing. I know I did a video maybe a month ago, I'm not sure actually, when I did that homeschool vlog, but we are in 1 month in. This is what's been going on with our curriculum. So curriculum I'm using, or I guess resources that I'm using, I use free resources to help put together my curriculum that I'm gonna be teaching from. Ambleside Online is my main one for literature, history, geography, and our enrichments, music appreciation, art appreciation. So we're learning through if you're following along with Ambleside Online 2025, 2026, first term is Pisario, Camille Pisario, and then we have, who is our composer? I haven't really put the composer music in a while because we've been focusing on our hymn. We have Rhetoric. My daughters, they're not enjoying the music. My girls love maybe a calmer, subtle, kind of music. But in any case, they're exposed to it and they can narrate back to me why it might not be their favorite. And so in any case, we are going through that with Ambleside Online, FolkandHymn, Ambleside Online. I've tried some other ones, but I think my girls really love the YouTube channel FolkandHymns. I think it's called FolkandHymns, where you have, we're just singing along. And I actually joined their Patreon, so I support them monthly with getting the lyrics printed out. I like the style. I print out the lyrics. And if you play piano or play guitar, you can follow along with the chords. And those are the things that we use for Ambleside Online. Now with language arts, I am using, I'm gonna butcher the name, but I'll try to put it right here. I'm using Classical Cottage. It's a classical curriculum that uses handwriting. You have grammar, you have phonics all in one, and there's picture study to narrate. The pictures that are in there are from maybe, I want to say the turn of the century, 1900s to the 20s, from the 20s. They're great for just kind of getting started with picture study and writing out shoe, hat, how many shoes. It's great. I love it. I think it's called Classical Cottage. I have my computer in front of me. I should look it up. But in any case, last year I got it late because I'm with the charter. Sometimes I get my materials halfway through the year, and I got it halfway through the year, and it took some time because I didn't start with the program. So I was confused of how some of the directions were, but in any case, I just fixed the directions. I used it to my advantage. So we're gonna use it this way. Let's see, Classical Cottage curriculum. I just Googled that. It's called the Classical Cottage. Sorry, very pretty. For someone who was using a free curriculum, this might not be the best, but I'm using my charter school to pay for it. It's on the pricier end, but it's like if you get it mailed, it's a huge book. It's chunky. But my girls, she loves it. She loves it. It's pretty, it's classical. So we are using that with language arts. Now with math, I'm using the Simply Charlotte Mason math. It's that cloth book. My daughter doesn't really enjoy the repetition of coins. Your manipulatives are all coins. And because my daughter heard that we're no longer making pennies, you know what I mean? Because it costs 3 cents to make a penny, and then we just stopped making pennies. She questions me like, Mom, why do I have to know about pennies if they're no longer available? So I'm like, let's use it as a manipulative. So She likes the real world questions, maybe like the word problems in it, but I definitely do need to mix it up. And so it's not user friendly for me, because I did not purchase the videos that are attached to it. So I wish that the videos, if you got the book, you kind of got the videos included with it, or maybe there was even like a YouTube or something. But I understand they're a business, and a business does need to create products. That's the downside of purchasing from a place where they're selling you a curriculum, but you have to get everything a la carte. What if I got this book from a used bookstore? You would be screwed. So I'm kind of I'm waiting for another curriculum, Wild Math, to be purchased from my charter school. But for some reason, usually last year I got it right away, but this year all of my purchases have been delayed. I'm not sure why. So I'm going to make lemonade, and I am sticking with Ambleside Online for my main subjects, and then making sure I'm using Classical Cottage every day. I'm using the Charlotte Mason book. I'm using their prompts more likely. So I'm not teaching through it where I'm going through like if we're gonna go through multiplications, I'm probably not gonna use their version of teaching multiplications. I'm just using the prompts. Here are some questions you can use, which is unfortunate. It's a very beautiful book. But as the frugal mom, I am someone who, we're one income. I'm trying to find different ways to teach organically, teach living, and without having to buy a bunch of a la carte stuff. Okay, so one thing I will tell you, that came in right away through my charter was I got Denise Gaskin's book, Let's Play Math. I thought it was, this is how you here is material. This is like a curriculum. It's not. It's for the parent. It's teaching you how to love math, how to introduce math. So it's actually, to me, I feel like it's a very living book for a mom to kind of get excited about learning math themselves, and having your child see math in a different way, not in a traditional way, but in an organic way. Maybe just thinking about things, thinking about the problem itself. How are you going to make those shortcuts? I've fallen in love with her way of approaching math. Denise Gaskin. She's a Charlotte Mason mom I've heard her from a podcast. That's where I heard about her. She was, I think, on Cindy Rollins' podcast, the New Mason Jar. She was on another one too, but I think that's where I heard her. And she has tons of books and ideas on how to use a math journal, which we're using journals because you know what? You can find a notebook, and a notebook you can just start writing. So that's what we've been doing with our homeschool. So Ambleside Online with our base, our history. Our favorite right now is going through Anne White's version, her annotation and her editing on Charles Kingsley's The Heroes. And that's our literature. So that's our literature right now, because some of my other literature books have not arrived. But that's okay. We've been soaking it up, going through Perseus at the moment. So that's the beginning. For like the first 4 weeks, we're going through Perseus, narrating, drawing, and let's see, what else are we doing with that? I'm kind of using that book for my copywork. My daughter loves the descriptions of that book, and so I'm using that as copywork for her to get used to just writing in general and getting her to see sentences through that. I did get some regular classical curriculum, and maybe it's because I'm so used to like a Charlotte Mason, we're just gonna practice slowly for the first form, first grade through third grade. It's a little bit intense. There's a lot of work involved in it in just like one day. So it doesn't allow you to have those short lessons. So I had to figure out how to incorporate that, because I do want to teach her grammar, but in a gentle way. We're not emphasizing on grammar, but we're recognizing, oh, what is a noun? What is a verb? She knows that. So I'm gonna probably do a video on a comparison of 2 different classical curriculums that I've used last year, and which ones I've seen actually made a difference. So far, the one that I thought was not going to work for her, she's actually really, really liked. So I may have to go back to that for grammar, just to kind of just have a supplemental grammar program. Even though in the Charlotte Mason world, or the way you're teaching, grammar is not, you really don't have to focus on grammar formally until 4th or 5th grade. But you can, sprinkle it on top in the early years if you like. But that's what we're using. So Classical Cottage will .com, I believe, is our language arts, which introduces grammar. Very gentle. We're gonna focus on nouns and verbs. What are the difference? Here we go. She does a handwriting, and I believe it's 2 women, 2 moms, and it's great. So that is very living. I'm using that, and it's been wonderful so far doing the baby steps. Now, this last couple of weeks, this month, September, has been crazy. We're so distracted in homeschool. First of all, in our family, we are one income, but we're also kind of unemployed, self-employed, it depends. And so we're trying to figure out what can we do to provide for our family. And here in Los Angeles, it's challenging. Everything's really expensive. And even if we wanted to move, it takes so much money to move, and how do you make an income, right? So that's just a whole thing. But even with that, and feeling how are you going to provide? Lord, where are you going to give us the peace? So we focus so much on community, with our church family, with our family, with each other, and our faith. And then we've had some tragic news. A lot of tragic has happened, so it interrupted our homeschool. I couldn't teach for a couple of days because I was just in my mind. So, but the beauty of like a Charlotte Mason literature base, it's not a checkbox. It's let's get back onto the bike, let's start pedaling, and let's get back to just loving stories and learning through stories, through the good books, good living books. So that's helped us kind of cope with all the craziness. But so that's what we're redoing. I haven't really worked on handicrafts because my 3-year-old, by the time I'm done with school, my 3-year-old wants attention. So I'm thinking of what kind of handicrafts I can do that won't make too much of a mess. I'm still waiting for my materials with some of my charter to give me handicrafts. But you know what I do have, and I just thought about it a couple of days ago. We are using the Beautiful Feet science curriculum, which is very Charlotte Mason. And one of the living books that we were reading, which has become my daughter's new favorite, introduces the family themselves. They have nothing. So they have to come up with their own games. They have to mend their own clothes. Their mother is teaching the daughters how to do patchwork. And that is not only resourceful, it's something that an 8-year-old can totally do. And even if she messes up, it's kind of cool if it looks kind of crooked and mixed match. It's a cool thing. So we're gonna I'm gonna work on patchworking this week, and hopefully maybe I'll post just like I do like a regular post, like here's our patchwork. It looks funny, but we did it. So as long as you do it, just like working out, like workout videos, keep pressing play on your workout videos. Keep pressing play in life with homeschooling. And I've seen a difference, and I've seen just a joy in my house, a joy in my soul, because I'm doing something different and I'm not distracted with the world. I am engaged and intentional with my own life, with my girls and my husband and my church community. And what am I learning? So update for Mother Culture. This is just like a side thing. Mother Culture. I am reading The Great Divorce, P.G. Wodehouse. I am what's another one? I'm continuing with my poems and Bradstreet poems, and I'm looking over there because my book stack's over there, and practicing not only commonplacing, but I'm just notebooking. I'm doing a compendium of words that I don't really know in my, I want to say like in my theology books. So theology words that I didn't grow up with, most people didn't, and even just in a lot of Greek words that come from Greek, because I'm going through the epistles right now, and so there's a lot of Greek names I don't know, but I want to know what kind of peoples these are. So that's it. That's my update for Homeschool, Ambleside Online, the Classical Cottage, Beautiful Feet, Science, and continuing with good books, literature. We're reading The Little Princess as a free read, and that's the master. You can look in the book list, the free read list for your third grader on Ambleside Online. And our favorite YouTube channel right now is, I know this is not really like a Charlotte Mason, but if you do have kids that just want to watch something fun, we're watching Snake Discovery. My daughter is obsessed with all of the reptiles, and the reason I was looking at that is because this term is amphibians, and we're going through all of the amphibians right now. So that's it. That's the update. And look at my fun little, this is an old cup, but I love it. My favorite cup, Too Cute to Spook, because it's October and it's my birthday month. And so I'm excited. I am turning 40 in a couple weeks. So that's a big deal. So anyways, thanks for watching. Bye.